Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to talk about academic CV. We will talk about what is an academic CV. Then we will understand the difference between CV and a resume. I will tell you about the places where you will actually need an academic CV. And when you have submitted your academic CV to any academic panel, what are they going to look into that? What they will try to find in your academic CV. Then I will tell you the steps to write an academic CV, and I will be giving a free Word format for all of you, and you can use that format to create your academic CV. And at the last I will be talking about very important part. What if you do not have any research publication till now? How you will be showing that you are good at research and able to create an impact in your academic CV. I will be sharing that tip in the last of this video, so make sure that you stick and watch to this video till the end. So let's start with what is an academic CV. So academic curriculum vitae is a long document like 8 to 10 pages generally, which includes your educational and academic background as well as your teaching and research experience, your publications, your awards, your presentations, your honors, and some other details. Now, if you will see that CV and resume are two different things. CV is used when you are applying for positions in academia, like fellowships or like grants, something like that. While on the other hand, resume is used when you apply for a position in the industry-based jobs. Your academic CV emphasizes on your academic accomplishments, while your resume emphasizes on your skills. The length of your academic CV depends on your experience, on your research experience, as it includes a complete list of your publications and the things that you have done being in the academy. While your resume is no longer than 2 pages, and it can include a separate page for your publication if those publications are relevant to that job. Now let's have a look about the places where you will need an academic CV. So you will need an academic CV when you are applying for any academic position, any fellowship, any grant, or even at the conferences. Like when you meet somebody, when you meet a researcher at a conference, you can give them your academic CV, and this can improve your chances for getting a possible postdoc, or even for getting a job, or even for a possible collaboration. Now, when you have submitted your CV to an academic panel, there are various things that academic panel looks in your CV. I will give you a brief overview of those things in this part of this video. Now, when I say academic panel, I mean by those judges who scrutinize your academic CV when they are considering you for any academic position, for fellowship, or for grant. So the first thing that academic panel will look into your academic CV is that do you have relevant academic qualifications for that grant or the fellowship. So the research scholar needs to make sure that he has mentioned all the relevant information in the academic CV while sending the CV for that fellowship or grant. The second thing is variety. They want to see that do you have a wide range of experience for teaching and research. Third thing is focus. They wish to see that have you completed the projects that you took in a specified amount of time. They want to see that are you able to do the work in that specific time that has been allotted to you or not. The fourth thing is publications. They wish to see that do you have an experience of writing and publishing a research paper. And the last thing is the layout. Your academic CV should have a good font. It should have the spaces, the margins in all of it, so that your CV looks good. The main use of your academic CV for them is to judge that whether you have the right skills for that specific research grant or academic position or not. But wait, here is a word of caution. When you are preparing your academic CV, please make sure that you only add those informations about which you have knowledge, because the academic panel is going to use your academic CV to plan the questions to ask you. If you will write something in your academic CV about which you don't have much information, they will anyhow find it out by asking you the questions related to the things that you have mentioned in your academic CV. So don't write anything that you don't know or you don't have any idea. Now let's talk about the steps of writing an academic CV. So there are 3 steps to write your academic CV. In the first step, you have to collect all the relevant information and documents. Find out all the papers, all the certificates, everything that you wish to add in your academic CV. Why I'm telling you to find out? Because there might be places where you need to add some information about it. So if you will have the original copy or even a scanned copy of all of those documents, then it would be easy for you to create your academic CV. In this way, you will fill all the information correctly and your chances of error will also be less. Step 2 is to add the information and format your academic CV. Now, I'm going to tell you about various parts of your academic CV, and then I will show you that word format that I'm going to share with all of you. So the various parts of the academic CV includes your name, email, contact number. Then it includes your area of interest, your educational qualification, awards and honors, the projects that you have undertaken, your research experience, your teaching experience, your publications, your patents, your presentations and invited lectures, your professional training, your professional affiliations, the services that you have done, any community service or extracurricular service, the languages that you know, the skills that you have, and finally the references. It is always advised to add some references in your academic CV. I will tell you about each of these in detail right now. So now I will be showing you the word format that I have for all of you. It will be shared with all of you and you can take it and create your own CV. So what I have here is the academic CV of one of my dear friends, Rohit Kumar. So I will be showing you all its part. I will be explaining you all its part so that you can understand about what's going on in a CV. So the very first part of this CV is your name, your contact information, your email ID, right? Then it is your address, your hometown address. For email IDs, you see here this person has mentioned his email ID as IIT Delhi Rohit 2018@gmail.com, right? So there is something that I wanted to share with you guys about email IDs. Whenever you are putting your email ID in your academic CV, there are 2 things that you have to take care. First is that email ID has a professional title. right? Don't go ahead and put non-professional titles like this schoolboy@hotmail.com or like cool dude at 12345 @gmail.com. Please don't do that. Please always use a professional email ID that looks professional, right? Also, do not use the email ID that has been given to you by your institute. There is a reason behind that, because once you leave that institute, your email ID will also get deactivated, so you cannot use that for your lifetime, right? If you have not created a professional email ID and you wish to do so, then I have a simple format for you which will help you to create a professional email ID for you. So that format goes on something like this: first name dot last name @gmail, outlook, yahoo, or however you want it to be .com. So use this simple, very simple but very good format to create your professional email ID. So coming on to the next part that you have to add in your CV is your areas of interest. So now why you need this, why you need to write this? So these are the fields where you have either worked or you wish to work. The judging panel, wherever you will submit your CV, they will decide. So this is the first thing that they are going to see. So they will decide whether to take you or not to take you based on these areas of interest. If your areas of interest will match the areas of interest where you have to submit, there are higher chances that you will get selected. Now, coming on to the next part is your education. You have to start from the very recent one. First, we will talk about your PhD. From where are you doing PhD? What is the title, the possible title of your dissertation, and what's the name of your guide? Is it ongoing right now? Then your masters, then your BTech, 12th, 10th, all that information you have to add here. The next thing is your awards and honors. If you have got any award, then from where you have then which award you have got, from where you have got that award, what was the amount of that award, and in which year you have got it, right? So all those things. You can also mention your gate score in this awards and honors here in this part. Now the next thing is your projects undertaken. Here you have to write about your project name, your skills, and in which year you have done it. By skills, you can mention the software that you have used, if you have developed any hardware, or is it just a research study, right? So one word tip that I would like to share here. So when you will be editing this format that I will send you to you, so just if you will just click on here, it will highlight everything. So you just go here and activate all borders and you edit whatever you want to do. Once you have done that, again do the same and choose this no border, so they all go out. Similarly, you can do the same here with this projects undertaken. Now after this part, you have to add your research experience. If you have done any dissertation, something like that, all of it, right? So you can be adding all of this. If you do not have any, you can just remove this part from the CV and keep it as empty. Now the next thing is your teaching experience. So this person has taught in this institute for this tenure. He has worked as an assistant professor in this department and taught these courses. So here you can add the name of the courses. Name of the courses for him will be power electronics. You can add these like this: basic electrical engineering, power systems, all of this. Then they developed the quizzes, revised the syllabus, coordinated with the team. All of this you can add here. If you see something yellow like this, you can remove it through this no color. I don't know why it's going. If you have if you have also monitored some doctorate students at that time, then you can also add this information in your CV. If not, you can just remove this as a and just not keep it. If you have more than one, then you can add all of them in your CV. If you have just one, then you can remove the other part and you can just keep that one part fixed. Now the next part is your publications. Your publications part has been divided into journal publications, then journal papers accepted, journal papers in review, conference papers published, conference papers in accepted, conference papers in review, right? So in this part, what you have to do, you have to write the full name of the authors, then the title of your paper, the name of the journal, the volume number, the issue number, year, page number, DOI, everything. Also you can add the hyperlink of your paper here, so whenever, like if you will be sending it to anybody, he or she can directly access your paper from here itself. So you will be adding all your publications here from the latest one to the older one. If you don't have any accepted or in review, you can just remove these parts and go ahead. I'm just doing these things right now here in front of you so that you have an actual live demo for you. Now coming on to the conference papers. One more thing, if you have seen here that we have bolded out the title of the paper and also the name. See, this CV is for Rohit Kumar, right? So we have bolded out only the name of Rohit Kumar in every of his publications. The next thing is your conference papers. Here I have induced an error just to show you that for conference publications we do not have a volume number and an issue number, so you will be removing it for every time, right? So you can first be writing the name of the authors, the name of your paper, which is the name of the conference, in which year it was held, the 1 to 6 is your page numbers in that conference, and the DOI. So similarly you will be adding all these conference things here. Next thing is your conference papers accepted, conference papers in review. The next part is your patents. Here you have to add the name of all the persons who are there in your patents, then the name of the patent, then who has granted you that patent, and finally the number of the patent. So this is what you will be adding in your CV. The next is your ICT based expert lecture. If you have given any, then what is the title of that lecture, where you gave that, what was the name of that course in which you gave that lecture, and the dates of it. Similarly you will be adding all this information. The next part is your professional training, where you will be adding where you have done the training and the dates of it. A similar thing which I explained you in the past, that you have to remove all the sidelines of each table when you are finalizing your academic CV. The next part is your technical workshop. Here you have to add which workshop, where it was organized, then the dates, all those things. So you will be getting this format, so you can just add your things in it and your academic CV is good to go. Then the next thing that you have to do is your professional affiliations. If you have any, just add them. If you don't, then you can just remove them. Then any professional service that you have done, if there is something, then you can add them, otherwise you can be removing them. Now this thing will not look good in this page, so we will jump it to the next page. Here you will add your extracurricular activities, something like that, all that you have done, then languages, and then computer skills, all those things, and the others if you have any. Then the email, then in this references you can add the names of 2 to 3 persons whom you feel that the other person can contact if in the need of anything, right? Now this is the whole overview that you can see of the academic CV, right? There is one section that I would like to focus one more time before going on to the next part is your skills. So whatever you are trying to achieve in your life, either it be in that industry field or it can be in the academia field, it is incomplete without your skills. Your technical skills can include anything like any programming language that you know, C++, Java, Python are programming language that is commonly used in academia. You can write about any tool that you know, like latex is a tool that helps us to create professional looking documents, and it is sometimes also used to write your thesis, so you can write that in your skills part. Then if you know about any reference management software like Mendeley, EndNote, RefWorks, then you can mention those also in your skills part of your academic CV. If you have some data analytics skills, then you can also mention them because they will also be helpful. See, for your research work you have collected some data, but now you need to analyze it. So if you will show that you have those skills, then that will also give you a professional advantage over the others. Another important thing that you can add in your CV is if you know any language. If you know any language apart from Hindi and English, like German, French, because when you will go ahead and try for like any international collaboration, knowing such language will be useful for you. Now this word format will be shared to you. Now the step 3 of writing your academic CV is to proofread your academic CV. This is the final but very crucial step. Be cautious and always proofread your academic CV before submitting it to anywhere. While you are writing your academic CV, there are chances of many small errors such as spelling errors, punctuation marks, font size, or margins at the right or left. All these small errors can reduce your credibility of your academic CV and anyhow can reduce your possibility of getting that fellowship grant or that postdoc position. You can always get your academic CV proofread by your friends or your mentor from your college. If you want me to proofread your academic CV, you can send it to me on the email ID mentioned. Because sometimes we are not able to spot our errors by ourselves, but when somebody else reads it, they can find those errors easily. Now, I will be sharing with you some very important tips regarding your academic CV. First tip, always update your CV every 3 to 4 months. Anything that you have done in those 3 to 4 months, always update it, because if you feel that I will update it once when I have to send it somewhere else, there is a high chance that you might miss out some things. Second tip, always put full references of your publications. Put the names of all the authors. I don't care if there are 5, 6 or even 10, just put all the names. Tip number 3, do not forget the use of punctuation and sentence case in your academic CV. And fourth tip, always, like whenever you are sharing your academic CV with somebody, always share it in the PDF format. Never share the Word document. Now I will be telling you about some common fonts that you can use in your academic CV. Baskerville, Ditto, Garamond, Bodoni, CMU Sheriff. If you cannot decide between these fonts, then you can just use sans serif for your text and serif for your headings. Now coming on to the main part, how that if you don't have any publication, if you are very new to the research field, how you will show your research impact. Now I will be sharing 2 tips by which you can do this. So the first way of creating an impact if you don't have any publication is to highlight your projects. Add every information that you can do about them. What was done by you, what challenges you have failed, and what you did to overcome those challenges, so that even if you don't have any publication, you can still make an impact and show to the other person that you have those skills that should be there to do any kind of research work. The second thing that you can do is to highlight your research internship. What you have done in that research internship, it was under which professor, and what work was done by you in that internship. So I hope that you have got all of your answers through this video, and you would have also watched this video till the end, so you are here. And if you have watched the video till the end, just comment I have watched till the end, because I will feel nice. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comment box. I'm always there to answer them. Till the next time, take care.